What's up everyone and welcome to the crash course in Tenkai palming. In today's video I will be teaching you how to obviously do the Tenkai palm, how to get into it, how to get out of it. I'll be also teaching you variations of the Tenkai palm as well. And also a brief history on the Tenkai palm. So let's start off with that first. Before we learn the technique, let's do a little bit of history behind the move. So it's named after its creator, Japanese magician Tenkai Ishida, born in 1889 and passed away in 1972. The Tenkai palm is a sophisticated card concealing technique that provides a more natural looking alternative to the classic palm. While the grip became famous under Tenkai's name in the 20th century, historical research suggests a similar technique was described as early as 1768. Tenkai Ishida officially introduced his specific method in the 1930s, the Greater Magic, 1938, and his own publication, Palming One Card, Tenkai's Method. The move gained widespread recognition in the West through Louis Ganson's The Divergent Book of Magic, 1957. And was later popularized by Ed Marlowe, who integrated into numerous complex card switches and steals. Funny enough, Tenkai calls this the Tenkai palm. That's what we're going to learn. But funny enough, Ed Marlowe also says that he came up with that technique, and it's actually called the Marlowe palm. Either way, I'm going with the Tenkai, not Marlowe. But is a little bit of history. So now let's move on to the actual technique. So now we're going to get into the Tenkai palm technique. So we're going to break it down into its basic form. So we're going to grab just one single card and we're going to grip the top card with our two fingers from our right hand, left if you're left-handed. So finger 1 will be on the bottom, finger 2 will be on top of the card. So, like so. Now we're going to curl in our fingers, and the thumb is going to make contact with the top left corner, while the top right corner will make contact with the inside of our palm. So make sure you grab it by the edges like so. Curl in, grip. As you can see from the front, spectators won't see it unless you have your hand too much tilted up, or if you have it tilted down too much. Make sure it's eye level. So people from the front won't be able to see it, people on the right won't also. But people on the left hand side will be able to see it. So when you do perform the Tenkai, make sure that it's only for a small group of people, and they have to be kind of on your front and towards your right. If you have some people, for example, onto your left, what you just have to do is kind of just slightly move your body to perform the technique. Now this goes into the Tenkai Vanish. So holding the card like so, go up, down, you make the card disappear. That's the Tenkai Vanish. Now to make it reappear again, just do the technique in reverse. Now grab the card and pull it out again. So 1, 2, 3, wiggle your fingers, and this is how you reproduce it. Again, this is the most basic form of the Tenkai. Now we're going to go into different variations and different techniques. So let's get into that. Now another thing that you can do while using the Tenkai Vanish is to pretend to place the card on top of the deck. And we're going to do it like so. That's it. Now to perform this, it's not that hard at all. You're going to use two moves at the same time. So One of them is the Tenkai palm, and the other one is just with your thumb. I'm going to move the card slightly upwards. It's going to rest on the side of the deck. That's it. But combining those two moves, looks like you placed the card on top. Now from here on out, there's a bunch of things you can do. You can make it appear again, and this one disappears. Like so. Or you can, like I said, pretend to place it on top. Now, they think that this is their card. Well, it's still actually here. Finger 1 and 2 from the right hand is going to make contact with the side of the card here, and it's going to turn the back on to the spectator. And while we do that, we actually dumped the card that was in our right hand on top of the deck. So let's do that again. I'll show you. So pretend to dump. Say that this is their card. Now, like I said, finger 1 and 2. Finger 1 on the bottom, finger 2 on top. It's going to just turn or pivot the card with the back towards the spectator. Both of our hands is going to get close to each other, and when it does, we dump the card that's in Tenkai palm position on top of the deck. Now doing it slowly, obviously you can see everything that's happening, but doing it fast, oh, that's 2 cards here. Now their card is here, while you holding the next card, place it into the middle. So this is another way you can use the Tenkai. So basically it's just vanish or make it appear, dump the card on top, place. There you have it. Now here's a sneaky way to get a card into Tenkai palm position from the table. Now I've seen Bill Malone do this, and from right he credited to Ed Marlowe. And the way he did it was by pointing towards a spectator and then using his thumb to grip the card on the side and to steal the card from the top of the deck directly into a Tenkai palm position. And that's pretty sneaky. We just show his hands, palm, point to the spectator, says, "Can you please shuffle the deck any way you want?" Spectator shuffles the deck, places it back on top. Card is in a Tenkai palm position. Go back to reach for the cards, dump the card. Now you have the card controlled to the top. So once again, point, steal, let them shuffle or cut the deck, go to reach, place the card back on top, and there you have it. That's another little sneaky maneuver. Now, because of that, now I claim this as my own, but Magic has been around for so many years that I say that I came up with it, but I'm 100% sure somebody else came up with it. It's based on the same concept as stealing the card, what Marlowe did, except I don't do it from a table. I do it from this position, where the cards are tilted to the side. And remember that move that we did with our thumb where we just pulled the card up? Well, it's just that. But at the same time, pointing towards a spectator to ask them to shuffle the cards, the card flips up goes into a Tenkai palm. I'll hand them then the cards. Let them shuffle, and when I receive it, just place the card back on top. So, please, can you shuffle the cards for me? Yeah, shuffle. Now, I'm at a desk, so my hand naturally will then rest on top of the desk. But if I'm standing up, I'll just drop my hands to my side. Most of the time, they won't see it. I say most of the time because you may have that odd moment that for some reason somebody's looking at your hands instead of looking at the spectator shuffling the cards. So when you get it, just place it back on top, and there you have it. So Marlo's way of doing it is by pointing to someone, ask them to shuffle, and place it back on top. My version is holding the cards with the backs towards the side. There you have it. That's another way, or another technique, using the Tenkai palm. Now, this little slide move, I actually love this a lot, and I like to perform it as well. It's where you take a card from the middle, show it to the spectator, push their card back into the middle, and the card is on top. Again, using the Tenkai palm. So, perform any double lift you want. I like to do the one from Dan and Dave Buck, where they pull one from the middle. Now, I like to keep the card a corner in the deck. It just makes it easier for the steal into Tenkai. So I'll show the card to the spectator. I place 4 fingers from my right hand on the front, and my thumb goes on the back and the middle. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the card. Oh, we got 3 of them. I'm going to move the card into a Tenkai palm. All fingers are here on the front, thumb at the back and the middle. You're going to shift it into a Tenkai palm while moving your hands down. So let's do that again. So perform any double lift. Make sure that the corner is still inside of the deck. Show. So when you about to do the steal, that's when your hand goes down. Pull the card into a Tenkai. Now finger 2 from your left hand is going to square that card into the middle, and all your fingers are going to push this card in while dumping the card from the right hand on top of the deck. So now just imagine you just want to do a normal double lift from the top. You don't know how to do it from the middle, so this is what you do. Grab the card, show them, goes in the same position. There you have it. Now, you don't have to do it like that. For example, place it immediately on top and then square it up. You can do it. It works. You can also hand the card onto the spectator, and we just do what we did beforehand. Have them shuffle. Card is in Tenkai. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Grab them. You can do where you cut the deck in half. Place this card on top of the left hand packet. There's multiple ways you can go on. Show. Place on top. You can go into a fan. make the card appear, and then whoop, come onto this side. It's all up to you. Now the next version of the Tenkai palm that I'm about to teach you is probably, in my opinion, the most hardest one, but if you can get this one down, you're pretty much set. So for those who know the diagonal palm shift, it requires almost the same technique, except instead of going into your palm of your left hand, it's going into a Tenkai palm. I'll show you. So we have the card, goes anywhere into the middle. You can hand over the deck to get it shuffled, cut, but the card is already in a Tenkai palm position. Now how do we get into that? It's just like the DPS, diagonal palm shift. So card goes into the middle. Our 4 fingers push the top card into the deck. Finger 1 pushes the card off to the side, like so. Well, the rest of the fingers, or at least fingers 3 and 4, push in that little corner here. Now the thumb will push in the card, and finger 2 from our left hand is going to pull that card down into a Tenkai palm, or at least into a diagonal shift. It's really hard to explain without a camera from the bottom. So yeah. So the card is going to be in this position. Just grab it with our thumb. And here we go. Let me explain that one more time. For those who already know the diagonal palm shift, this is probably easy for you. For those who don't, this requires a bit of practice. So we got the 8 of diamonds, goes anywhere into the middle. You push in. Now when the card is about 1/3 left to go in, we shift the card to the side, push the card in. Our thumb pushes this corner inwards. Our finger from the bottom here, so finger 2 and thumb, I'm going to push the card inwards and down. Then we're going to clip it with our thumb into a Tenkai palm position. Hand the card over to the spectator. Let him shuffle. There's the card back on top. So done fast. Wait, a little bit too fast. One more time. Now you can place the card back on top and then go immediately into a fan. Or like I said, you can perform the move, hand the cards to the spectator, let him shuffle, grab it, place it on top, go into a fan or whatever you want. Now, another thing that I like to do is when I'm already in this position, I like to, with my thumb and finger 2, grab half of the cards, lift it up, and dump the card on top of the bottom pile. So it's here. Thumb from our right hand and finger 2 make contact with the lower right and upper right corner. Lift up about half of the cards. Now, when your right hand then moves forward, you dump the card on top of the bottom or on the cards from the left hand, and you complete the cut. So it goes something like this. Also, you can just do that. For example, after they shuffle the cards, they hand it back to you. Just give them one more cut. And you have control of their card. So using the diagonal shift, hand them the cards, shuffle, 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 grab about half, dump the card on top, give it a cut, and you have total control of their card. Now this move belongs to a UK magician named Ross Taylor. Now, I'm not going to explain how he does it. This is not mine to teach, but it's an amazing move. Now, if you want to learn how to do this, I suggest look up The Family by Benjamin Earl and Ross Taylor. That's definitely one, that's probably where you should begin. It's an amazing technique where the card goes into a Tenkai palm. I would recommend learning this one. So get to looking. Now, here's a little in the hands Tenkai palm plus shuffle that I came up with. Again, I say that I came up with it, but this is the magic world, so somebody probably came up with this like 100 years ago, or not even that long. But since I've never seen anyone else doing it, I claim this as my own. So, spectator chooses any card. So let's say the Jack of Spades. Card goes into the middle. Give a Hindu shuffle. And the card is controlled to the top. And this is all, again, using the Tenkai. So, just like in the Tenkai palm shift, we place that card diagonally. Now we're going to grip it with our thumb and the base of the side of our palm, and we're going to turn the deck sideways like so. So let's do that again. Card goes into the middle. And grip it like so. So finger 1 is curled on top. Thumb is holding it from the side, and finger 2 and 3 are gripping it from the other side. We're going to do a Hindu style shuffle. Now the reason why I want finger 1 curled is because it's going to hide then eventually that corner from the Tenkai. But if you also just slightly move your hand upwards, not too much, or else it reveals the card from the bottom, you really don't have to worry much about that finger, but I like to keep it there anyway. So, card is still controlled on Tenkai. Place it on top, go into a fan. Like I said, you can do the cutting, have the spectator shuffle. You know the drill. So one more time. We are going to shift it to the side, clip it between our thumb and our palm. We're going to now rotate the deck, start stripping the cards from the top, and there you have it. Now, this is one way of doing it, for example. And this is, for example, if you don't have a table, so you do it in the hands like so. But you can also do a table version of it, which is pretty much the same. Now we place the cards on the table and do a up the ladder sequence. Like I said, Same way. I'm gonna shift the card to the side. Move the deck, and now start stripping. Hand the deck to the spectator, have them cut. And there you have it. These two are what I consider my techniques, or at least moves that I came up with. But again, I probably didn't. So yeah. Well, that was it for the crash course on Tenkai Palm. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something from it. Hopefully, if this does well, I'll end up doing more videos similar to this, because I enjoy it. I like making these videos. So that was it. Thank you for those who watched it from beginning to the end. Thanks for supporting me. You know, your likes and subs are really appreciated, and hope to see you guys in the next video. So that's it. Thank you.